Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Wild Rocky, and welcome to Postgame. Day 3 of the NHL is concluded, and there's some banger games today, some surprising ones, and some very close ones, and I'm gonna go right through it all. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below more ideas for me to do in the future. I'm gonna be posting NHL 23 content literally tomorrow, so make sure to keep an eye on that. But yeah, guys, hit the bell as well. Let's get straight into this. Let's start with the Pittsburgh Penguins versus the Arizona Coyotes. It is in Pittsburgh. The Penguins won 6-2. The Penguins absolutely demolished the Coyotes. They dominated the entire game. There's a couple stretches where Coyotes came back and did some stuff. They scored 2 power play goals, which is good for them because last year they were absolutely abysmal on the power play. So that's good, at least for them. But the Penguins looked dominant. The top 6 was absolutely insane for Pittsburgh. Crosby's had 3-point night. It was absolutely crazy. Penguins had over 50 shots, and Jari looked good. This team is looking very, very good. Defense looks solid as well. I think the Penguins are going to be scary. But obviously, it was against Arizona, so you can't put too much into it. But the Penguins looked very good tonight. Up next, a very exciting game was the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Washington Capitals in Toronto. So the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're the same from last year, basically. Obviously, the roster is a little different, but they're the same style of play. I'll just go, and just hopefully the back end stays intact and the defense works. But the defense is very shaky right now. And Samsonov, he did his thing. We like that. But I don't like the defense right now. I don't like how they were playing on the defensive end. Obviously, when you have this powerhouse up front, you have to go towards offense. But you can't leave the defense hanging. And I feel like once you play a series, like obviously they're going to make playoffs. The style of play, it fits the regular season. They're going to be top 3 in the Atlantic 100%. But in the playoffs, it's not going to really work, I feel like, against Tampa Bay, New York Rangers, Carolina. I feel like they're going to get exposed on the back end. And I don't think Samsonov or Murray can make those key saves that they need in those playoffs. But obviously, the goal scoring power is there, and that they're just going to have to keep outscoring their teams. And I think it's going to work until it doesn't against like a Carolina or something like that. But I like Toronto. I really do. They came up, they took the dub, which is good. Washington, though, 0-for-2 on the back-to-back. And they got smacked by Boston. And today they could have won. It was a good game by them. But I don't know. Something's wrong with Washington. Once again, they're a mid team. And it's not a good start for them. And Ovi still hasn't put the puck in the net yet. So that might be a worry. Up next is going to be the Philadelphia Flyers versus the New Jersey Devils. And the Devils came out hot. They scored quick. And other than that, man, they really didn't look that good. After they scored the first goal from Holtz, which was a cool goal, right? It was a little weak one by Carter Hart. But after that, Carter Hart looked very, very good. But right after they scored, they let Allison score right away for Philadelphia. Then I feel like after that goal, they just didn't stop, to be honest. Then Konechny, absolute snipe. But I don't know, man. Blackwood was not the greatest, in my opinion. He was not the greatest. There's a couple snipes. But I feel like a couple of these goals he could have saved. But honestly, Carter Hart, yes, the first one was kind of weak. The second one, maybe he could have got, but he just couldn't find the puck. I think Carter Hart played really well, and that's a big win for the Flyers and Tortorella. But can they keep doing it? Who knows? I think it was a tough matchup for the Devils in the first game, to be honest. Flyers have so many emotions going on, new coach at home. I feel like if it was in New Jersey, I feel like this would have been a different result. But it was a good win, nonetheless, than for the Flyers. But can they stick on to it? Who knows? But hey, they put up 5 goals in the first game. They'll take that all day. Up next is the Panthers versus the Islanders. I didn't watch too much of the game. There's so many games going on. I can't watch all of them. But Anthony Tkachuk did score. He had like 15 shot attempts or something like that, and he finally scored. It was an empty net, but hey, you'll take it any way you can. But he was just putting the puck on net, or he was just shooting every chance he got. But other than that, the Islanders once again can't score that puck, and yeah, like they need to fix this somehow. Barzal got the huge contract. He needs to put the puck in the net. There's no more Trotz, hella defensive era. But so there's really no more excuse for the Islanders, and they have a scary team, they really do. But once again, you got to put the puck in the net if you want to win these games. Ottawa versus the Sabres. Once again, I did not watch this game, but I watched some of the highlights. Tkachuk scored first, which was really cool. It was a quick release, actually. It was a nice shot. But how do you guys lose to the Sabres? I know there's so much hype going on, but you got to win this game. But one thing, the Sabres are really good in the beginning of the season for some reason. I know a couple years ago they beat Pittsburgh game 1. It happened. Sabres start hot and they always fell off towards the end of the season, so I wouldn't really worry. It's obviously just game 1, but they might make you question a little about, you can't beat Buffalo, can you beat anyone else? You know what I mean? Once again, I think this team is going to be on the edge of playoffs. I don't think they're going to be making it, but this team is going to get better, obviously, but just give them more time. But Buffalo, hey, You'll take that. All of a sudden, your best player basically scored. And Dahlin, he put the puck in the net as well. So maybe he can get rolling and get to his ceiling that we all know he can. Nashville versus the Stars. I'm actually very upset with the Predators this game. I'm very upset. They showed 2 great games in Prague against the Sharks. Obviously, it was the Sharks, a weaker team. The Stars, hey, they put it on. They did very, very good. And honestly, the Predators didn't show too much pressure. Hey, also, Marchment was getting a lot of, not like scrutiny, but he was getting, the Stars were getting a lot of like, is he really going to be able to put up the points like he did in Florida? And he put up 2. So that's a yes. That's a yes right there. And the Predators really didn't look into this game until they scored from Johansson, the tip of the 3rd period. Then they started like putting the puck in net and actually getting offensive zone time. And that's when they started looking good. And that's when I was like, okay, this is the Predators themselves, but it was obviously too late at the time. But Stars, they put it on. I know Pavelski got a little lucky bounce and got the puck in the net. Then Johnston, first NHL goal. It was a good one for him, which is nice. But hey, Stars, you looked really good right there. And Predators, I don't think it's really a worry, but maybe it was a little jet lag from Prague, but I really don't think so. That was the thing. But you guys got to step up if you want to make the playoffs. A very surprising game here. The Rangers versus Wild. 7-3 Rangers. And in my prediction video, I did say the Rangers were going to win. I did not expect it to be 7 though. I feel like the Wild, this was a trap game for them. I just feel like they're not very good on the opening games. And the Rangers, they obviously beat Tampa Bay, so they're coming off a big win. And I just thought Wild were going to lose this game. And the Rangers look really good, but the Wild, horrible in their own end. Horrible. Left Fleury to dry. Fleury didn't play great, but the defense was absolutely horrendous on this Wild team right now. And I don't know if that's a whole thing to worry about, but there's one positive for the Wild. Matt Boldy, absolutely nasty. Little patient goal for his second one of the game. Was absolutely sick. And if he gets going, it's awesome. But obviously, Kaprizov needs to do his thing. But Rangers look very, very dangerous. And the Wild did not look dangerous at all. So if the Rangers look like this, maybe first in the Metro, first in the East, I don't know. They're a scary team. They just smacked 2 good teams. They just beat 2 good teams in a row. That is very good for them. Colorado versus the Flames. Flames won 5-3. I did call this. I thought the Flames were going to win this game. Obviously, it's a tough road trip for the Avalanche. I guess they got to Calgary around 6 a.m. So obviously that's just a sucky start to the day for them. And they had a quick start to the game though. Bowen Byram scored right away in the first minute. That's huge for them. But Flames came out and just deserved. They put up 15-3 shots in the first period. It was 1-1. So they got lucky in the Avalanche. But at the end, Calgary put the puck in the net like they should. And this team's scary. This team is very scary. There was 5 different goal scorers for this Calgary team, which is awesome for them. They need those depth scorers because obviously they lost 200-point players in this offseason. So that is big for them. Big game 1. Big win against the Stanley Cup champs. Obviously, it was a tough game for them. But hey, you'll take it any way you can. Then we go to the Golden Knights versus the Chicago Blackhawks. The Knights won 1-0. And honestly, it was a back and forth game. But I'm going to say this right now. I was very critical to Logan Thompson, saying he's one of the worst goalies in the NHL, not experienced, but he's looked really, really good the last 2 games against the Kings and just got a shutout against the Blackhawks. He's looked very good, made some big saves, honestly. He's looked very good. Now, I just want to say, I am sorry, Logan. You are really good right now. If you can keep it up, the Knights are 100% a playoff team. Maybe it's just, obviously, first 2 games, you can't think too much into it. He's been looking very, very good. And Blackhawks, you can't score, which is not good. I feel like this is going to be a theme all season, and Kane's going to want to leave. Taves might want to leave. But I think Kane's 100% gone now. You can just see his body language. He does not want to be there. He does not want to be there at all. Knights, you look pretty good. Obviously, if you can get more goal scoring, would be nice. But you'll take this win all day. First home game, you'll take the win. And yeah, honestly, just keep it up because it's a very good start for you guys right now. The Seattle Kraken and the LA Kings. The Kraken won 4-1. What is wrong with the Kings? They lost to the Knights in the last 30 seconds. Then they just got smacked by the Kraken. Kraken are, dude, their power play is absolutely nuts right now. I really like their offseason acquisitions. McCann has been very good. This power play, I don't know why, but I think it's going to be top 5 in the NHL. There's some snipers on that. Matt Beniers is so good too. This Kraken team is really good, but let's go to the Kings. What is wrong with them? Fiala hasn't done anything. There's no scoring right now on the Kings. Quick is all right. What needs to happen? Do they go to Peterson? Do they try? What do they do? Comment down below. What do you think the Kings need to do? That is going to be this video, guys. Please drop a like, subscribe, hit the bell, lock in, subscribe, motherfuckers.